You have been told a lie, not by others but by the quiet voice inside your own mind. The voice that taught you to be good, to be gentle, to be selfless. It taught you that your heart must be pure, your intentions noble, and your needs secondary. This is the greatest deception of all, because beneath the carefully constructed mask you show the world, there is another woman. A forgotten self, a shadow. The great philosopher Carl Jung spent his life mapping the hidden continents of the human soul. He knew that the brightest light casts the darkest shadow, and the more you deny its existence, the more it controls you from beneath the surface. Today, we will not run from that darkness. We will walk directly into it. We will uncover the primal, calculating force you've been taught to suppress. By the end of our journey, you will reclaim the power you've given away to a game you never knew you were playing against yourself. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about finally meeting who you have always been. Think back to a moment you felt a flash of envy so sharp it stole your breath, or a surge of anger so pure it felt like a bolt of lightning. What did you do? You pushed it down. You buried it beneath a smile, a polite word, an apology. You told yourself, that's not me. But it was. That was the shadow speaking its truth. Jung taught that the persona, the perfect, acceptable mask we wear for society, is a masterpiece of self-deception. It is the good daughter, the loyal partner, the supportive friend. It is everything we are supposed to be. But the energy required to maintain that mask is immense. And all the parts of you that don't fit, the ambition, the rage, the raw desire, the hunger for control, are banished to the darkness. They don't disappear, they wait. They watch from the shadows, growing stronger, waiting for a moment of weakness to erupt. This is why a sudden, cruel remark escapes your lips, why you sabotage the very happiness you crave. It is the shadow, starved for acknowledgement, demanding to be seen. Denying this part of you is not strength. It is the most profound form of weakness. Have you ever wondered why your love feels conditional? You give and you give, hoping to be loved for the purity of your sacrifice. Yet, a secret part of you keeps score, a silent accountant in the back of your mind, tallying every effort, every compromise. Philosophy and romance tell us love should be unconditional, but nature and the shadow know the truth. Love is also a negotiation, a biological contract for survival, for security, for power. When you offer support, you are unconsciously asking for loyalty in return. When you offer vulnerability, you are demanding protection. This is not toxic, it is human. The toxicity comes from the denial. When you pretend this negotiation isn't happening, you set a trap. You resent the person you love for not fulfilling a contract they never knew they signed. Your unexpressed needs curdle into bitterness. Your unspoken desires fester into contempt. This is what Nietzsche meant when he warned of the poison of unfulfilled will. The woman who says, "I want nothing in return," is often the one who expects everything. Her shadow operates through silent disappointment, through weaponized sighs, through an atmosphere of guilt she creates to control the board without ever touching a piece. To be truly powerful, you must admit the transaction. You must own the part of you that loves not just with its heart, but with its instinct for survival. There is a moment when the illusion shatters. You look in the mirror and see a stranger staring back, the face of a woman who creates chaos to feel alive. Have you ever picked a fight over nothing, escalated a small disagreement into a storm of emotion? Have you tested the person you love, pushing them away just to see if they will fight to come back? This is not a flaw in your character. It is a function of your shadow. The shadow thrives on intensity. If your life becomes too calm, too stable, too predictable, the shadow will grow restless. It needs to feel. It needs to know it exists. And so, it manufactures a crisis. It turns your partner's strength into a threat. It finds fault in their stability. It craves their vulnerability, yet the moment they show it, a cold wave of disappointment washes over you. You lose attraction. You pull away. You are not doing this to hurt them. You are doing it because your unconscious mind demands proof that they can withstand your darkness. You are testing them to see if they can handle the storm you refuse to face within yourself. This is the martyr's trap. You create the very drama that makes you miserable, then feel tragically misunderstood in the wreckage. But here is the dark realization. The person you are truly testing is yourself. The most terrifying truth is not that you manipulate others. It is that the most profound manipulation you will ever conduct is against your own soul. You tell yourself you want peace, while your actions sow chaos. You say you value honesty, while you punish anyone who tells you a truth you don't want to hear. You claim to want a deep connection, while you build walls to keep yourself safe from it. The other person is just an actor in a play you wrote, directed, and produced in the theater of your own mind. You are not the victim of their behavior. You are the architect of the entire dynamic. They are simply reflecting the war you are waging against yourself. The dissonance between the perfect woman you pretend to be and the powerful, messy, beautifully dangerous woman you truly are. When she says, "I don't know why I'm like this," she is telling the gods' honest truth. Her conscious mind is a passenger. Her shadow is at the wheel. And once you see this, you can never unsee it. But awareness, that is where your freedom begins. This knowledge is not a curse, it is a key. For centuries, this understanding of the shadow was a guarded secret. Now, it is yours, because Jung did not expose our darkness to leave us broken. He did it to make us whole. The path to power is not in defeating the shadow, but in integrating it. First, you must become a mirror to yourself. When you feel that surge of rage or envy, do not look away. Stare directly into it. Ask it what it wants, what it fears, what truth it is trying to tell you. Your emotions are not your enemies. They are messengers from the forgotten parts of your soul. Second, you must stop outsourcing your power. Never let another person be your only source of validation, your purpose, or your emotional center. As the Stoics taught, true freedom lies in the citadel of the self. Develop a soul so rich, a mind so fascinating, that the approval of others becomes a welcome bonus, not a desperate requirement. Finally, you must learn to wield your darkness. That ambition you were taught to hide. Channel it into building a life that is unapologetically yours. That hunger for control. Use it to master your own mind, your own discipline, your own destiny. A woman who has made peace with her shadow cannot be controlled. She cannot be manipulated. She does not need to play games because she is no longer at war with herself. She is not a good woman. She is a whole woman, and that is infinitely more powerful. You have stood at the edge of your own darkness. The only thing left to do is step inside. Darkness reveals what comfort hides.